We're going to talk about selling prices of products and services and how that occurs. The factors that influence the price of products and services include supply and demand, how much of that product has been produced and how many people want it. Uniqueness, can you get it anywhere or is it unique to one company? Age, is the product within a use-by date? Is it fresh? Season, is that product in season right now or is it out of season and maybe you get it at a discount price? And also complexity, does the product have a lot of parts or is it fairly easy to use? You see on your screen there's a pricing formula. Your pricing formula is that your product cost, what it costs you to make or buy the product itself, plus your operating expenses, plus your profit will equal your selling price. Markup. A markup is the amount charged of the selling price to cover the operating expenses and also the profit that's usually stated as a percentage. So you see here, if your product cost you $14 and you wanted to mark it up 40%, then you would take $35 times 40% and that would give you $14. Then you would add that $14 to your product cost and it would give you $49, which would be your selling price. And marked down is when you're reducing the price of the product in order to sell it. Now we're going to talk about classification of the channels of distribution. And the first thing you need to know is what is a channel of distribution. It's the channel that the product or the services take in order to reach the final customer or the business that's involved. So how do the needs between the producers and the consumers differ? Sometimes it differs by quantity, sometimes it's by assortment, sometimes it's location, and then it could be by timing. The channels of distribution allow the businesses to adjust the quantity and assortments that are accessible in convenient locations for customers and also for the storage of products. There are two different types of channels of distribution that you need to know and understand. The first one's direct and the second one's indirect. They give you examples in your notes, but I want to try to break that down just a little bit and make it easier for you. A direct channel of distribution, I will give you an example of an apple farmer. So he's got an orchard and that farmer goes out and he picks his apples directly off the tree and he lets us as customers or consumers come right to his farm and buy his apples from him. That apple is going from the producer to the consumer with no one in between. So that's a direct channel of distribution. If that apple farmer picked his apples, put them in a box, and sold them to a roadside stand or a produce stand by the bushel, and then the consumer comes to the roadside stand or the market and buys the apples from that person, then it has gone in an indirect channel of distribution, because then the apple has gone from the farmer at the orchard to the produce stand and then to the consumer. So you can see there's more people involved. It's not always three. Sometimes it can be a whole bunch of people involved, but that would be indirect. Let's look at the classification of the main types of promotion. The main types of promotion consist of effective communication, that is an understanding of information between the sender and the receiver. So why is that important when we're talking about businesses? Because the producer and the consumer has to have consistent information that both parties understand and agree upon. So the sender selects a channel of communication and the receiver indicates their understanding by providing some form of feedback, which could just be that they understand, they make up a contract, or that they pay for a product. So what's the relationship between effective communication and promotion? Businesses use promotion in order to communicate with potential customers about their products and services. The information about the products or service is encoded in a promotional message. That promotional message can be delivered through advertisements and sales representatives. Then the potential customer decodes what the message is, and they provide feedback by way of either purchasing the product or inquiring further about products and services. Your main types of promotion, you have two. It's either a personalized promotion, which could be a salesperson talking directly with a consumer or a customer. They will ask that customer what it is that they would like to have. Then they take that information and they go and pick out a product or a service for that customer based on their individual preferences. So that's personalized. The second type is mass promotion. Mass promotion may even be a road sign that has an advertisement up on it, and people are driving up and down the highway, so a lot of people see that sign, but they all get the same message. That would be mass promotion. Some types of mass promotion include advertisements, publicity, public relations, and sales promotion.